Greetings and welcome to another Pokemon 2023 or Pokemon Horizons the Series anime episode review. This time I am talking about episode 42, so let's get to it. In this episode, the Rising Bolt Tacklers go to the beach. It's unclear why, but I would assume it's to have fun and or take a little vacation. Sadly, unfortunately, Orla and Mollie, ever the workaholics, stay on the airship, as does Dot, ever the indoors person. Friede and Murdock soon leave to get ingredients for a barbecue, so only Liko and Roy get to enjoy the beach, with Ludlow choosing to watch over them. Liko and Roy marvel at the beauty of the beach and the sea, especially since so many Pokemon call this place home. This prompts the appearance of one of those swimmer trainers from the games. He exclaims that he and his Trubbish are responsible for keeping the beach nice and clean. They soon run off once they spot some trash nearby that needs picking. Liko and Roy spot a group of Finizen, which they proceed to play with, learning in the process that Finizen can tell what others are thinking/feeling. Liko soon spots one Finizen that is different from the others, since it has a heart pattern. Suddenly, a man finds himself in danger when he slips on a roof. While most people fear for his safety, a trio of kids are instead keeping an eye out for something, cameras at the ready. Said something soon appears, Palafin in its hero form, who saves the man. Turns out, as explained by Swimmer Trash Guy, that Palafin is a bit of a local legend, constantly saving those in need. He goes on to explain that the different Finizen Liko noticed earlier is actually Palafin in its zero form. When others are in peril, it can transform into its hero form, though no one has ever seen it transform. I want to mention here that I love Palafin's Japanese name, which is Irukaman. Iruka means dolphin, so its name is literally Dolphin Man, which is, well, I cannot think of a more fitting name for its hero form. So the camera kids from earlier revealed that it is their mission to take pictures of Palafin, and they call themselves the Snap Kids. They soon show their collection of pictures to Liko and Roy, who are amazed by Palafin, Roy especially. The Snap Kids say that while they have taken a lot of awesome pictures of Palafin, they have never been able to take one of it transforming, which is something they very much want to do. Palafin senses what they are thinking, and it splashes water on them in disapproval. Liko meanwhile believes that Palafin likely does not want others to see it transforming, a wish that should be respected. Palafin senses that this is how she feels, and it clearly takes a liking to her. Fuecoco, who is chilling on the beach like a total boss, soon finds himself in danger when the waves carry him to open water. In his panic, he accidentally deflates his raft, compounding his peril. Thankfully, Palafin saves him, after transforming underwater, that is. The episode briefly cuts to Dot, who is reading up on a supposed hero of the seas, who she believes to be Palafin, though the article or comment is referring to someone else. I have to say that Tinkatink and Quaxley napping together is absolutely adorable. Back at the beach, we get a montage of Palafin being a textbook hero repeatedly, while Liko and everyone else marvel at its bravery and kindness, with Swimmer Trash Guy going over Palafin's abilities, namely the fact that It can throw jet punches, its signature move. It can leap at high speeds via jet propulsion. It has incredible eyesight, and it has super strength. Soon, one of the Snap Kids decides that he really wants to take a picture of Palafin transforming. Realizing that it will transform when someone is in danger, they decide to have one of them pretend to be in need of help, while the other two lie in wait, ready to snap the picture. However, this act does not fool Palafin, though the kid soon finds himself in actual danger when a group of cloth appear, who he accidentally angers. His real cries for help attract Palafin, who is ready to spring into action. But it soon spots the Snap Kids. While it wants to help, it refuses to let its transformation be photographed, so it freezes in place, unable to do anything. Liko and Roy soon realize what's happening. Roy and Fuecoco try to help the Snap Kid in danger, but they fail and end up in trouble as well. Liko meanwhile spots Palafin and its dilemma. She has Sprigatito use Magical Leaf to blind the Snap Kids, which allows Palafin to finally transform, though it does so in front of Liko, meaning that she gets to see what no one else has ever seen, though sadly we don't get to see it. I guess that moment from earlier made Palafin trust Liko to the point that it's fine with her learning its secret. So Palafin soon engages the cloth, though it's unable to defeat them and it is quickly cornered. Realizing that there are people in need nearby, Ludlow hilariously and surprisingly pulls a Master Roshi, revealing that Palafin is not the only one with a transformation no one has seen. In this form, Ludlow calls himself Mighty G. Not sure what the G stands for. Maybe Gramps or Grandpa? In any case, I could not believe what I was seeing. Mighty G sends out his Sharpedo and he rushes to the rescue while surfing on it like a badass. I love that after Sharpedo uses Aqua Jet to push the cloth back, which is very cool might I add, since he is still surfing on it. Mighty G just puts Sharpedo aside by stabbing its lower fin into the ground, while praising it for a job well done by petting it without issue somehow. Guess this Sharpedo does not have rough skin. That or Mighty G really is, well, mighty. Mighty G soon reveals that he knows Palafin, and they have worked together before, while Swimmer Trash Guy reveals that Mighty G is the legendary hero of the seas. So this is who Dot was reading about earlier. Mighty G encourages Palafin to fight back, and everyone else to cheer for it like kids would at a hero show when the hero is in trouble. Their cheers give Palafin strength, and it joins Mighty G for their special ultimate attack. A hug which pacifies the cloth. At this point I was really wondering what in the world am I watching? With the crisis resolved, Mighty G and Palafin retreat. The Snap Kids reveal what they were trying to do, and they apologize, promising to never try to take a picture of Palafin transforming ever again. Liko decides not to tell them that she saw the transformation. She and Sprigatito choose, while watching Palafin swim, to keep what they saw a secret. Liko and Roy soon find Ludlow in pain. He claims he threw his back, but in reality, it turns out that being Mighty G takes a toll on him. 3 minutes is the limit on how long he can stay transformed. Who is he, All Might? Liko and Roy go on to praise Mighty G, saying that they hope to see him again, with Roy saying that he is sure they will, since he is likely watching over them. Oh, you have no idea. In the evening, Friede returns. Roy joyfully shows off all the pictures he got from the snap kids of Palafin. The episode ends with Friede realizing that there is a mysterious tower in the background of one picture, which piques his interest. I made a video a few months ago on what Pokemon I think Liko and Roy will catch, and what their final teams will be. Finizen/Palafin was one of my predictions for Liko. So this entire episode I was wondering, could it be? Will I be proven right? Seeing Palafin take a liking to Liko and grow to trust her enough to allow her to see it transform only made me believe even more that perhaps my prediction would end up being on point. Of course, Liko did not catch Palafin, but there is still hope, since the next episode takes place nearby, meaning that Palafin will still be close, and Liko will be in danger. So perhaps Palafin will save her, which can then lead to her catching it. Plus, there's also the fact that Palafin and Mighty G know each other and have some history together. Obviously, Ludlow is sticking around, so we might see Palafin again in the future. Sure, its place as the local hero and perhaps even a global hero might be reason enough for Liko not to catch it. But I choose to believe. Not just because my prediction would come true, but also because Palafin is a cool Pokemon that suits Liko very well. She even called it cute, and the beginning of a bond between them is clear. Fingers crossed. Beyond this, what can I say? This episode was honestly bonkers, mostly because of Mighty G, which came out of nowhere. Though yes, it was admittedly very funny and amusing. Apart from this, I love that we got to learn so much about Palafin to go along with its debut in the anime. And there were several cute and funny moments involving Fuecoco and Sprigatito. Also, Swimmer Trash Guy was just so random in a hilarious way. He added a lot to the nonsensical nature of the episode. Honestly, my one and only complaint is that Orla and Mollie were excluded from a trip to the beach. This just breaks my heart. Excluding Dot, Friede and Murdock was also not cool, since it would have been great to have the entire team together for a day of pure fun. Though I guess the episode wouldn't have played out the same way with so many characters. Still, I am disappointed. So overall, this episode was good. Yeah, it was very random and wacky. And yeah, it did little to advance the story or characters beyond setting up the next episode, which will probably be more relevant and important, and revealing Ludlow's little secret. But it was fun, hilarious, and very entertaining. Plus, it gives me hope that Liko might get to catch Palafin. But that's the review and the video. Click on the links on screen now to see my reviews of the previous 3 episodes. I will see you over there. Thank you so very much for watching.